Hello, hello. All right, good. Um, okay, today's film is Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, which I thought was very good. I thought it was very well put together. It follows a character who, the multiverse opens up to her, and then, she has to kind of, fight off a bunch of people because they're all coming to get her and stuff like that. And we get to explore different aspects of her life and perhaps different choices that she could have made that would have gotten her somewhere else other than where she is now. And then, of course, thematically, it's the optimistic kind of ending where she should just be happy with what she has, and it's really the best case scenario is the one that has worked out for her, So as far as having a family and having a daughter and having a laundromat and stuff like that, So I don't like to get into plots too much. I really do think it's kind of boring, and if anyone wants to know the synopsis of the film, I mean, occasionally I'll throw it in there for sure. If I find that it's kind of necessary, but I just like kind of exploring ideas of films, and then just giving kind of for a conclusion, just giving a number out of 10. Again, I thought everything kind of was executed well. A lot of the green screen stuff, a lot of the visual effects, were certainly interesting. I even think they had something in 2001 where I think the filmmakers were actually able to the movie 2001 was able to kind of shoot it the way that Kubrick did. At least it looked like that, and perhaps I'm mistaken on that, and that's fine. But it did seem like they wanted to kind of explore, technically what that would be. And it was a fun moment. And then, the Daniels I do like. I did like Swiss Army Man. I thought Swiss Army Man was good. I'm familiar with their short films as well. And they were able to, kind of preserve their sense of humor. In this film as well. So for a sophomore effort, which I think is very important to a filmmaker's career for sure, and kind of establishing yourself and being able to continue a career, the second film seems to be the one that, is able to do that. And, they didn't take a play off with anything that they were trying to do. Nothing, certainly nothing felt lazy. Everything kind of, felt like they were going 100% with what they had to work with. And I do say what they had to work with only because it does seem that, the more that you kind of watch the film, you're kind of like, okay, we are revisiting this location. Okay, we're doing a lot of the fight choreography, which is great and effective and well pulled off from the stunt team and the director and all that stuff. But you can tell it's like, okay, we have three main kind of locations here. As far and I'm sure that's from a budgetary stance as far as what you're capable of doing. So you have basically like two or three locations, and then you can do some stage work with the green screen when she's like flying through these different multiverses and stuff like that. So, like, in conclusion, I think that as far as A24 is concerned, they've continued to make a great name for themselves. If A24, if the name is attached, that's almost enough to at least get people to watch. Then you have the Daniels, and they do have a fan base from Swiss Army Man. Which is good. So you're bringing those, fans to the cinema. You've had a while for for Swiss Army Man to kind of, play at home and stuff like that, and build a fan base and get people excited for what they might, be able to do. Again, their preservation of their comedy was very good. It didn't seem like certainly a waste of time. For the crew or anything to kind of contribute to, something that does seem unique, and culturally, I mean, I think people are having a response to it, and sometimes I don't know why. I mean, I think that it's I think that it's a artistic view into the multiverse, which Hollywood does seem to be, I don't want to say obsessed with at the moment, but it has kind of opened this door, especially for like Marvel and stuff like that, to kind of explore stories and bring people back, like in Spider-Man or even in the Avengers and stuff like that. I watched this movie maybe again and possibly even a third time, but I think that would be it, for me. There are a lot of ideas there that I think are really cool, and a lot of the sense of humor that this film is able to execute. A lot of filmmakers definitely wouldn't be able to do that, as effectively as they were able to weave kind of like intense moments, which is the action, and then clever comedic moments that are a reflection of their short films and Swiss Army Man, and just a reflection of who they are as filmmakers. Period. So yeah, I mean, the one thing that I think was problematic, I think it was a bit too long. I've seen other people, say that as well, and I do. I think that it's just slightly too long. But again, like, I'm not making the film, so like I really can't tell you that in post-production, if they did try and shorten it, or if they thought that, for a theatrical release, it might even be too long and stuff like that, they may have pulled things out of there and just said, well, this isn't the story we want to tell. Or, a lot of times filmmakers themselves will know that it's a bit too long, but, it's the only way to tell the story. So yeah, so for me, this is an 8.3.